Today, Yaroslav is going to talk about how we can stay competitive in today's changing world. So let's welcome him on stage.
Hello guys, I'm really happy to be here with you today. I really love arriving at the Sofia airport and seeing these wonderful mountains in the background. It's just amazing, one of the most beautiful airports I've been to. And it's not my first time in Sofia. I was here last year at the conference and met many of you, and it was really amazing. I installed the Yellow app. And during the year, I've been looking at apps that I don't use, and maybe I should delete this app. No, I'm definitely going back. So here I am, and I'm so happy to be back in Sofia. My name is Yaroslav Shmarov. I'm originally from Ukraine, from the north of Ukraine. So my hometown was next to Kiev. So far, it has been liberated from the Russians. And on a positive note, I recently became a father. Now, you might know me from Super Rails. So I've got a YouTube channel with over 200 videos about all possible topics around Ruby on Rails. I've done a lot of work on Hotfire, recorded more than 20 videos about how to do different unique things with Hotfire. Gave a talk at Rails World Hotfire cookbook. So if you haven't used Hotfire yet, then my videos are a great place to start. Now, the topic for today is staying competitive. What does this even mean? It's such a broad topic. I'm so much more comfortable doing technical talks like Hotfire, where I know everything perfectly, but staying competitive, it's such a broad topic. How can we stay competitive, and what does this even mean? I have the impression that the world is changing so much faster than I am. I go, I know, on Twitter and I see this new tool has dropped, this new technology has dropped. Should I even start using it? Should I change my workflows? Is AI going to take my job? So, yeah, is AI going to take my job? How can I stay competitive as a developer? So I talked to a few of you yesterday, and here are a few things some of you said about, will AI take my job? Somebody says they're debugging very business-specific problems at their job, and it will be hard for AI to take this kind of job. Somebody says they cannot use AI at work, it's prohibited to use public models, whatever. Somebody says, yes, it will replace us sometime in the future. And if you go into the news, you'll see everything AI will replace this job, that job. Developers are living their last days. And is it true? Is it not? It's hard to say. But tell me, guys, have you used this tool for programming, for getting answers, for helping you with work? Please raise your hands. Okay, not bad. And has anybody used this tool, GitHub Copilot? Okay, let's go a bit further. Has anybody used Cursor? Okay, quite great, half of the people. And what about Windsurf? Yeah, not so much. So recently in my team, we've been using mostly Cursor and Windsurf, and the results have been better on Windsurf. So I'm in the process of switching from Cursor to Windsurf, but both are great. Cursor is amazing. Now, if you didn't raise your hand on any of these, you might be the guy who is just raw dogging the code editor without anything. And I believe you are the one who is going to be losing the job because of AI, first of all. So I see you as the we are too busy guys, if you didn't raise your hands. I'm not looking at anybody specific. I didn't know who didn't raise the hands, but you should embrace new technologies. Yes, you can say that AI hallucinates. Oh, I tried doing this and it didn't fulfill my full vision at once. But you shouldn't expect it to give you the perfect answers. It should make you more productive. It should it should be like a copilot. It should help you bounce ideas. You can don't rely on it on doing the complete job. It should just help you. And in my team, we use AI a lot for being productive, for coding fast, for iterating fast. And really, like, the business doesn't care about how beautiful, how artisan, how crafty you are with writing your code. They care about shipping fast and making money. And like, the most obvious feature of code editors is like autocomplete. You start typing and it autocompletes. It's wonderful, but who uses autocomplete? I think everybody. But I know that some people like use it only for autocomplete, but there are like other things you can use. Like there's the agent, there's the chat that is also very helpful. For example, like yesterday or the day before, I needed to like check if images are more or less than 50 pixels. I know that we're using the library VIPs in my app, and I really don't care about like the syntax. I don't care about looking into the docs. I just want this task to be done right now. I ask a question, it gives me the answer. Another thing I've been using a lot lately is notepads. So in a notepad, I would be like describing the whole, let's say, feature that I want to implement, and then I feed this notepad to the code editor, and it builds. So I have a notepad, I have the files with a specific context that I think it would be useful. I feed it, and it starts going through. So I would say that this kind of agent mode, the vibe coding mode, has been super useful for me. And going further, like Toby, the CEO of Shopify, wrote a very interesting article, and I recommend you all find it and read it, about using AI in Shopify. And it is expected that you use AI at work. Like if you don't use AI at work, like you might be like the least productive percentile of your team, of the organization. And if I want to lay you off, you might lay somebody off. These people would be the first targets. And another very interesting thing that was in this specific article, before asking for more headcount, you must demonstrate why AI cannot do this job. Just think about this. So let's say you don't have a job. Let's say you were laid off because of AI. Let's say you need to find a job. You need to stay competitive in the job market. Do you guys like remote work? I myself, I love remote work. It gave me so many wonderful experiences, working from anywhere, working from everywhere, working from the beach, working from the plane, whatever. It's amazing. But with remote work comes also much more competition. For example, Basecamp, they were like hiring a junior developer, and they had over 2,000 applications from around the world. Can you just imagine scanning through 2,000 applications? It's impossible. There might be like, the hiring just one person. There might be like one perfect candidate somewhere, but the chance is 99.9% that they will not find this one person out of everybody. They'll just go with somebody. And there's like, it's impossible to go through all the CVs, and it's impossible to reply to everybody. So with remote work comes also competition from all around the world. So here's a website for looking for a Ruby job in Poland, and these are like local jobs in Poland. So imagine like competing for a job in Warsaw against other people who live in Warsaw, versus competing for a remote job. There can be somebody from India, somebody from the US, somebody from Canada, all applying to the same job. So with remote work comes much more competition. Even I myself, a couple of months ago, I posted a job opening that I'm looking for somebody, and I received 40,000 views, hundreds of messages, and it's like physically impossible to process and to reply to everybody. There's just not enough time in my life. Now, most of the applications were easy to scan out, to dismiss, because there was a lot of AI, AI cover letters. Somebody's copying my text, putting it into ChatGPT, and give me the perfect answer. Give me the perfect cover letter, and for me to get this job. So this is not a great way to be noticed. And here is my big secret, how I myself think that I can stay competitive if I'm looking for a job. Build in public, work in public. For example, I've got this tutorials YouTube channel, so anybody can see my work, see my thought process in each of these videos, see what specific problems I have solved in the videos. I've got a blog that I write about tasks that I recently did, different learnings that I recently received while solving real-world problems at work. I also have a few tiny open source projects. I give talks, and this all helps me put my foot in the door, helps me be a bit more noticeable among all the other hundreds or thousands of candidates. And you can think I'm just a software developer, I just want to do my work, get the money and go home. But you have to compete against guys like me, guys who work in public, who do open source, and whom would you hire? Would you hire Andrew Kane, who created a bunch of fantastic libraries, or would you hire a guy who even doesn't have a picture on his LinkedIn profile? Yeah, it is. Sofia, Bulgaria. Sorry, Dimitar. Yeah, and this kind of showing yourself in public, it's not just about developers, it's about all kinds of roles. Here's a very interesting story that again happened with Shopify recently. So just a girl, she posted, she produced and posted a small video about, I want to be an intern, a marketing intern at Shopify. And this video got 1 million views, and within 24 hours she was invited to the job. Here's, if it will work, and ask the video.
Shopify doesn't seem to have any marketing internships. What if I became the first? So I don't code, but I build story, connection, and community. Since I was little, I've been putting myself out there.
Every time I do something, I always feel like I'm making a video, I swear.
Sharing my creativity, silliness, and countless ideas for the world to see.
You got the idea. So that's a wonderful way to get noticed, to get your foot in the door, and differentiate from hundreds or thousands of other candidates. And she was featured in Business Insider, other places, and her takeaway is that you should bring up your uniqueness, show that you're unique. And another takeaway from the COO, I think, of Shopify is that in 2025, the best way to get hired isn't by sending a resume, it's by shipping something so good you can't be ignored. And again, you don't want to be one of those 100 applicants that you can see how you can compare to. You don't want to go the LinkedIn easy apply path. You will never get the job. Competition is for losers. You should differentiate. You should not go to stay competitive. You should not compete. You should go a different path. Going further, so has anybody tried Lovable or V0 or Replit or Bold.new? So these are amazing new tools that were impossible 2 years ago. Imagine you open the website and you say build me an app for organizing events with ticketing, with schedule, whatever, and it will build a prototype of the application. I went on one of these apps and asked I have crails.com, Ruby on Rails screencasts, so build a screencasting applications for Ruby on Rails, and it gave me out a basic application where all the pages are clickable, and it even came up with like video name ideas that I could even make myself. A bit more advanced, so a friend of mine was building an app for the construction industry and like a construction contract builder, and he's been working on it just in this lovable Visual app for like a month and building out all the logic just by typing words, not typing code. And he built like a multi-step form and connected some APIs, and he kind of has a working prototype without even coding. So he can like pitch something to potential investors, potential users before he raises any money and gets developers to build the app itself. You can also come up with wild ideas, like imagine if Snapchat, Shopify, Tinder, and TikTok had a baby. What would this application look like? And it gave me something like stories where you can add to cart, where you can swipe left or swipe right. So you can like mix and jam and come up with new creative app ideas, just like that. So with like cursor, with all these text to code apps, building prototypes, building like proofs of concept has become much easier. And you can think that the time of the idea guy has come. Like they don't need the programmers for the like version 0 for the proof of concept step. And here's actually real communication. So there was somebody who was building an application, like a proof of concept with Ruby on Rails, and a couple of developers. And when they found one of these like text to code apps, they said we don't need to spend any more time on Ruby on Rails. We're going to build the like proof of concept, the version 0, just in this lovable application. Does it mean we don't need developers anymore? Well, development is much more complex than just shipping code. There are a lot of things you need to do. You need to figure out database, authentication, authorization. Many people who start coding with this no-code or low-code tools will have a painful time learning what is the difference between authorization and authentication. So there's like a lot of things that you need to integrate together to actually turn just a bunch of code into a product. And it's not only on the development side, it's also on the sales side. Like, I'm sure some of you have your own pet projects and you play with them, but it doesn't matter if you can't sell them. So yes, building has become cheaper, but still the most important thing is attention and whether somebody will actually use your product. And like, yes, building products has become cheaper, but you should make them care about your product. You should make users actually use your product, pay for your product. This is the secret. I like building stuff, but what's the point of building something that nobody will use? Like I can build 20 proofs of concept in that lovable application, but they're not going to be interesting and they'll be worthless to anybody. Going further, so an interesting case like Ruby on Rails, the Rails Foundation. We've got like a bunch of wonderful sponsors of the Rails framework, and Rails is going the path of like you can host your own applications on your own metal. You don't need to pay platforms as a service the tax for hosting your application online. This is really cool. This kind of feels like freedom. On the other hand, Laravel went the completely opposite approach. They raised a bunch of money to build the Laravel Cloud. So while Rails is going like you can self-host, you don't need to pay anybody. Laravel goes like you can pay us and host your Laravel applications. What do you think? Which business model is more sustainable? One that is open and depends on sponsors, or one that actually has like a business fueling the development? Something very similar is like with the Next.js and Vercel. It's like the same thing. You host, if you build a Next.js application, 99% chance you'll be hosting it on Vercel. It's the same organization, and like Next.js development is fully fueled by the money from Vercel. Now we've got Crystal. Yesterday we had a wonderful talk from one of the core members of the Crystal team, and they get some backers from Open Collective, and like somebody gave $5, somebody gave $10 per month. I know maybe Crystal should have their own platform as a service. Yes, skipping. Then like staying competitive in terms of Ruby on Rails as a framework. If you look at this kind of charts, Ruby is going down here, Ruby is going down there, it's becoming less popular. And it's up to me, up to you to keep Ruby competitive. Myself, I feel I'm doing my part by like creating tutorials on like platforms like Udemy, or like how to build a Rails application from zero on YouTube, and you should also help keep Ruby on Rails competitive. And thinking of different like text-to-code platforms like Lovable or vZero, they all use like Next.js, they use React, they use Shed-CN, and people who start building products on those platforms, they get acquainted with that framework, and they would most likely hire a person from that framework to continue with the job. So maybe something that could help keep Ruby on Rails competitive would be like having a vZero or Lovable alternative to like build Rails applications on top of it. So it's an idea I'm giving all of you. If you don't know what to build, you can build a text-to-code app that would be based on Rails. And it could be something like this. You see, this is like vZero, and there's the text, and there's the generated code that is definitely not Ruby on Rails. Then staying competitive as open source tools. So there's like a nice open source repository. Maybe it's like a financial application. It's built with Ruby on Rails, and it has a nice folder, cursor rules. And if you like, I strongly advise you open this application, you have a look at the cursor rules, and add this kind of cursor rules to your application at work and to your hobby projects. And working with the LLMs will feel easier for you in your project. Or like different other open source tools. For example, Daisy UI, it's like a wrapper on top of Tailwind CSS. They have this chapter how to use Daisy UI with LLMs. So they've got this like LLMs.txt file, and you can connect it to your code base, and the prompts will be much better based on the Daisy UI. Avo actually also has something very similar. So they have also an LLM.txt with all the rules. So if you're using Avo, you can add this LLM.txt, and the responses are going to be way, way better. Actually, talking of Avo and staying competitive, I think Adrian gave a talk about like staying competitive, about building a business on top of open source. And there's Avo that is open source that you can use, but there's also a business behind it. And like about staying competitive, about me just being a consumer, if I see that there's like a business behind it, I'm sure that it'll be around in 2 years, and it's not just an open source repository that somebody can burn out from and like stop maintaining. So if there's a business behind open source, then there's more stability. Then for me myself, like staying competitive as a content creator, I've created like hundreds of videos about Ruby on Rails, and many of them are not really relevant anymore, because there are many topics that you would just ask your code editor, your agent, rather than go and watch some kind of video. So I should also like think how I can make content that would be more engaging, that would compete with answers that, with questions that you would otherwise ask an LLM. So a couple of examples that I think you cannot like get answered by ChatGPT or by Cursor is like, how can you get the Apple API keys? It's a fucking painful process. It will take you a lot of time, and it took me a lot of time, and I wrapped it into a video, and it will save you a lot of time if you watch this video, if you need to add the sign in with the Apple button. Or like I created a gem, and I spent a lot of time on it, and I make a video how to use this gem. Again, this is like new stuff, and an LLM will not give you this kind of walkthrough. So you should also adapt your content. And also about like creating courses. So I've created a bunch of courses here and there, and they're all self-paced. So like you watch videos, you do some kind of tasks at your own pace. And I think this is not a very competitive approach anymore. It's much more competitive and engaging if you have like cohorts or learning communities. So instead of like people just buying your course and either not doing the course or doing the course like 20% of the course, there would be a group of people who have the same schedule, who have to work in groups, and who have to learn together. And this is much more engaging and keeps everybody like from dropping the course. Talking of me and CPRails, so you can help me stay competitive by subscribing to CPRails. There's a promo code BANITSA that will give you 50% off, and you can join our learning community. So that's about it. Just to summarize, don't stop learning, embrace change, don't wait like, oh, I'll check out this like AI stuff 2 years from now. Work in public, build in public, and show that you're authentic, show that you are not just one of those 100 applicants. Thank you.